Alright, first and foremost, I'm going to say all honor and praises be to Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bahashem Rukakudash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and shalom to the sincere elect out there teaching the truth in fear and sincerity, man. I was just reading this chapter here in Proverbs in chapter 7, and I was just reading a couple of chapters in Proverbs, and the first couple of chapters, it heavily stresses the point of staying on the path of doctrine, especially in Proverbs chapter 5, 6 and 7, and it basically, to spiritually apply it to this faith, is sticking to the doctrines in which the apostles and elders do teach, because those people who don't have the Spirit of the Lord upon them get enticed by these holes, man. And what I mean by these holes, I mean these other philosophies, man. Right now, even though I've been in the truth for a very short time, so over these past couple of years I've been in the faith, you've had doctrines come out, man, of what the earth being flat, Dan is the elect, the 12 tribes sign isn't true, Esau can be saved, not all Esau will be destroyed, and other things, man. And to those who are simple and don't understand the faith or don't have the Spirit upon them, they're swiftly taken by those ways, man. And that's why, I say probably every video I make, it's important to pray that Psalms 51, that the Lord keeps Spirit upon you, and that's why, even though I've been in this truth for a short period of time, one word of advice I'd give to anyone who just, literally, you've only been in this truth for a month or a couple months or even a year, only watch the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone and men who are in good standing, man. Don't watch ISUPK, don't watch IUIC. Of course, the apostles always say, if you want to go and watch them other groups, go ahead. But if you get fucked up in the spirit, but that's on you. But that's true. That's true. Because guys in the past who've watched sit downs on the flat earth, or guys in the past who thought they were deep and went into Dan, they bugged out, man. Whilst those who are of the elect have stayed on the path and keep staying on the path. I'm doing too much talking, so I'm gonna just read Proverbs 7. Alright? This is Proverbs chapter 7. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Meaning what? Constantly think upon these words and on the sound doctrine. Bind them upon thy fingers and write them upon the table, of thine heart. Alright? Which is basically applying to the point of it constantly being upon the actual thoughts and mind. That's how, we had the phylacteries, and obviously as we have these fringes, it's really supposed to constantly remind us in spirit about this faith, man. It says, say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, right? From the stranger which flattereth with her words. Now, as you read in verse 4, it says what? Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman. So in verse 4, right, it describes understanding and wisdom as a female, Sophia, being wisdom, right? Now, so when it says in verse 5 that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words, that's applying to other types of doctrine, things that ain't on point, man, in the spirit, and just ain't on point according unto the word, man. Like the earth is flat, or like, I don't know, the 12 tribes is the 12 tribe signs wrong, or that's a snare. Look, man. So when it says call understanding your sister and wisdom, that kinswoman, it's saying keep them close unto you. And how you keep it close unto you is by constantly giving attention unto it. By what? Watching the apostles and elders, right, and reading the scriptures and following their understanding and breakdowns of which the apostles teach. Because according to John, right, there's a certain group of men upon this earth, right, who are given the Lord's name and his word, and which other men, right, will hold their faith based upon their word, man. As it says here, this is John 17 and 20. Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on them through their word, right? So John 17 and 20 clearly establishes the point that there's a certain amount of men given the doctrine and the name, in which men will have faith on the Lord through their word. We have the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, men who have been pushing this word for a long time and have still stayed on fire, right? So it says that they make this is Proverbs 7:5, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words, man, which applies unto these other forms of doctrines, man. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement and beheld among the simple ones, right? Now if you go into the word simple, right? If you go into the word simple, right, it means simplicity, naive, simple, foolish, open-minded. Now, look, man, I'm gonna just say through the spirit, when you're in this truth, right, which I'm only talking through the words that we've been taught by the apostles and elders. Look, man, this ain't the time to be to have an open mind to other doctrines. You know what, maybe the earth is flat, or you know what, I mean the 12 tribes sign, they fell out, but no, so let me watch that video and see what no, man. This ain't the time to be open-minded. Fuck them. Look, if they depart from the doctrine, let them niggas die. This ain't the time to be open-minded. Oh yeah, look man, we're spiritually closed-minded to the wickedness out here and these other doctrines. That's why all these other groups, all these guys who fell out, hopefully, so I stay in the truth and I don't fall out, but all these other guys who fell out, you know, they come out with their breakdowns. Leave them niggas to be open-minded. Stay close, be close-minded to their wickedness, man, and follow the path, man. You know. So it says, so this in verse 7 is basically what it's describing: someone who's simple and open-minded, right? It says, and I beheld among the simple ones, and I discern among the youths. See, are we not youths in terms of those who are coming in the faith and being taught? But it says he to discern among the youths, meaning, you know, basically applies to a person who's heard the word and coming into the faith. It says a young man void of understanding. So this person who was trying to obtain it was just basically void of understanding, passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house, right? This applies to somebody going to that strange woman, which applies to somebody giving heed to that strange doctrine, right? That strange hoe, right? In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night, and beheld, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. So this right now is describing, you know, a prostitute, right? You know, and subtle, you know, of heart in wickedness, you know, meaning, you know, in a devising like a plan in wickedness, man, right? Now is she without, now in the streets, and life and way at every corner, man. So that even applies, you know, onto these other doctrines, man. This truth is in one tabernacle, the tabernacle of David, but like all these other breakdowns of doctrines are everywhere, man. Right? They're everywhere. So it says, so she caught him and kissed him with an impudent face, and said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I found thee. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. For the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. He hath taken a bag of money with him, and will come at a day appointed. With her much fair speech she caused him to yield, and with the flatterings of her lips she forced him. So this guy was just out there observing the streets, just being simple. He wasn't sharp of understanding to basically observe things and read spirits, right? And so this whole just came out with the blue and fed him bullshit, right? And with what her fair speech was really she was being subtle in wickedness, and it says with her much fair speech she caused him to yield. Alright, and he spiritually committed adultery with her, man. And that what I then mean is basically a person going to like another form of doctrine. He's spiritually committing adultery too, right? With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield with the flattering of her lips, and she forced him. He goeth after her straight away, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till a dart strike through his liver, and as a bird to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. That's right, because he didn't understand that. So though this strange hoe seemed interesting and flattering, right? It seemed nice and deep. It's really for his life, man, because by him going forth into that way, he obtained death, and that's spiritually and physically what happens unto a person who diverts from this doctrine and then goes to another doctrine. He's spiritually dead, and because he's spiritually dead, soon enough he's gonna be physically dead, right? And this is in Proverbs, right? And basically Solomon here, how shy is basically telling a story to convey the understanding of staying on the path and staying on this doctrine, right? Because all of them guys who thought they were deep, yeah, I'm gonna come and break down the flat earth. What the fuck are they? So these guys are the 12 tribes and Dan. Where are they? They're bugged out. They're dead, and they're soon gonna die. Right? It says, "Hearken unto me now, therefore, O you children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways, nor go astray in her paths." Don't go, like, for example, Ezra chapter 7, right, speaks about like a city up on a hill, right, and it's got a path to the city. The city is the kingdom. The path is Yahushua. The fire on the right hand and the deep water that's on the left hand is the trials and tribulations in His truth, right? And upon that path, if you get taken away, you won't endure unto then to obtain that city, right? So we essentially have to stay on the path, which this path, the thing that keeps us going in the path, going on this path, is the faith and the understanding, and the Lord putting the Spirit upon you to keep going in that path. But if you divert onto another path, you're gonna die, man. Right? It says, "Let not thine heart decline to her ways, go not astray in her paths, for she have cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her." That's right. And that point applies onto the people who are once in this faith. You seem like, yeah, they could just quote 50,000 precepts, 10 readers, yeah, I'm so great, I'm so deep. Oh, yeah, brother, try with all of this, yeah. But what does it say here? For many have been wounded, many strong men have been slain by her. And people who take heed unto these other doctrines have been slain, because they're dead spiritually and they're soon gonna die. Because the scripture says the man that wandereth, right, out. Well, hold on, I'm gonna read it. Proverbs 21:16. Yeah, it says, the man that wandereth out the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So if you wander out of the way of understanding, you will wander out the path, from the path. You go astray off the path, right? You skipped across that straight gate, right? And you will be in the congregation of the dead, because guess what? You're spiritually dead, and you are gonna die, right? So it says, her house is the way to hell. That's right, because really, the house of these strange holes, these other doctrines, is the way to the grave, man. Going down to the chambers of death. So this whole chapter was a really good chapter I was reading, man, and it basically emphasizes that, you know, don't stray forth until, like, basically to have focus upon the path and the way of understanding that we've got, you know, because because really pray unto the Lord to basically just keep you upon His path, man, because the Lord can put a spirit on you, like a demon on you, to get enticed by these strange holes, man. Oh yeah, you know, the earth may, you know, get bugged out, man. So that's why this chapter emphasizes the importance of praying unto the Lord to keep you on the path, man, and not being as that simple man which is described in the chapter, that simple youth who got enticed by that strange hole, you know, wearing nice clothing, speaking sweet words, and fuck all that, man. You know, we're in the time to stray away from the path. So this chapter, if brothers haven't read it already, you should take out some time and read it, man, because it emphasizes, you know, how these other doctrines and philosophies, you know, may come up smooth. Hey, yeah, brother, you know, I've read that. You know, no, but Scripture is saying, look, don't go to them paths, man. Fuck that hole, man. You know, stick with Sophia, man. Right, which is the true understanding through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, of which was given to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone. Things like what World War III is in the Bible. America is Babylon the Great. The RFID chip is the mark of the beast. That is Sophia. Everyone else is Shakisa, man, or Wakanda, and them bitches are gonna get you killed, man. You know, stick with Sophia. Alright, with that, all praise be to Allah, Shai. The double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone. With that, I'm gonna say, Shalom.